Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Mike Letschin. We've been doing this for quite a while now, and this is the first of the vBrownbag sessions. This is the vExpert Daily. Got a couple great guests on with us today. You will see lots of sessions in these seats, so make sure you fill them up as the day goes on, or if you're watching online. So often we try to do this. We've done this the second year we've done for EMEA. We've done the vExpert now for 5 years, I think, in the US. We've been doing it, so it's really just kind of a gathering of what's going on, what the releases were, what we think of the show, whatever, just a little bit of chit chat with some guys that have been in the industry a long while. So as I always start, guys, kind of introduce yourselves real quick. Let everybody know who you are, what you're all about.
Yeah, my name is Lars. I'm working for a partner in Norway. I'm working with data center solutions, mainly with vSphere and Vue, and I'm here to.
And how can someone get in touch with you?
They can find me on Twitter, or they can email me.
And what is your Twitter handle?
It's LarsTR.
LarsTR, okay.
Yeah.
And Maish.
Hi, how you doing, Michael?
You have to tell them. I know who you are, but other people might not know who you are.
I'm Maish Saidel-Keesing. I'm an architect for Cisco in Israel. You can find me either on Twitter at MaishSK or on my blog TechnoDrone. Also been doing this for quite a while, so good to be back.
Got a book or two you can read. One or two, right?
Sorry?
You had 1 or 2 books out now, right?
1 or 2 books, yeah.
I think a couple out now.
Yeah, a couple of them.
So obviously we just came out of the general session. We got a few announcements, a lot of stuff that was a revamp of stuff from San Francisco, maybe some more availability or things like that. But a couple new things. Evo obviously came up big at the end. I mean, people who haven't been in the Solutions Exchange yet, there's an entire Evo zone. They took over one of the restaurants in the back and turned it into the Evo zone. That is just apparently a bunch of Evo rails, so you can go see them.
Yeah.
There are servers sitting there not plugged in. I think it's interesting. They're like, no, none of this is actually turned on. I'm like, why do I need it then?
It's there for people to play around, see how the thing works, because it's a new product and it's a new direction in which VMware is going. And it's also a very hot market at the moment, so I think people are pretty much interested in this thing. So it's going to be good. They also have a huge thing over here in Hangspace over here for a contest of how fast you can install an Evo rail, and the winner gets a free ticket to VMworld for next year.
Oh, that's a nice surprise.
Yeah. So the quickest person to do it over here in the Hangspace, you can go.
How many times can I keep trying?
I
just stand there for like 2 hours. I got this. Damn, I got this.
I don't know. It's just so how simple the thing is to install.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously the way they're pressing that route. I mean, is the hyperconvergence going to be the answer for them? I've had a lot of debate though back and forth on whether it is something that. Who is it aimed at? Is it aimed at the SMB space? Is it aimed at mid-range? Most people are saying they don't think it's aimed at big enterprise.
For now, I think it's the mid-range.
Okay.
Because the smaller customers, at least where I come from, don't have as much as 4 servers.
True. I mean, you're looking at 100 servers on a kit for it. That's not a small environment. No, it's not an SMB.
The small customers have essentials and maximum 3 servers.
Well, I think the price point on these boxes is going to be a difference too. I mean, last I heard Dell's price point was like 120 grand for a box, for a kit. I mean,
I don't know the numbers.
That's not a small to medium.
No.
Buy.
Yeah, but you have to also take into account that it's not only the box; it's also the fact of having all the software and everything integrated for you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's still things. I mean, we talked about it in San Fran a little bit. There's some things on vSAN that are still missing. Part of it, and Evo's doing the same thing with it. I mean, Evo obviously is right now not extensible, so it's very much VMware only.
And only for that specific
Only
cluster.
for that thing, and that's it. So it's not extensible. You're not being able to add partner integration points into it yet, things like that. So there's definitely some limitations still. But it's a brand new, it's a V1 product, so it's kind of what we expect.
But there were also some news for Evo today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because when you now buy an Evo, you also get vCloud Air credits.
Ah yes, into vCloud Air.
Yeah, and I guess they will, in the first round, they will probably make it possible to DR VMs to vCloud Air somehow.
Which I think, I mean, for the price point and being able to do that, then it starts being, there's a rationale for it there.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for that, I'm doing a full refresh of my data center for a couple hundred seats or a couple hundred servers, especially for kind of those branch offices of large enterprise. Correct. I mean, maybe there it's a decent fit.
And talking about which, as you said, what kind of a market, I think, as you said, it's not for the enterprise market. That's what I think they're aiming for the next version. which is the Evo rack.
The rack, right.
Which should be what they call hyperscale, that you rack and rack and rack and rack, and everything is rack mounts. So we'll have to see how that also works out.
Yeah, Evo rack ought to be in. They're showing it as a tech preview, I guess, for Evo rack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
That also has a lot of work still to go.
Yeah, but I think also, I mean, being based on NSX, I mean, based on vSAN, you're going to have, there's some limitations on, specifically around vSAN, on how big that cluster is going to get anyway. But in all reality, if I can do 100 servers or per node, 32 nodes will give me a pretty substantial number of VMs.
That's true, and also a pretty substantial amount of storage if you're also doing rack mounts as well.
Right, if I'm doing it across the board, that's definitely true. So we've got the Evo stuff that they put out. There were a couple Horizon announcements. I mentioned you a little bit with View. There was a Horizon Flex.
Yeah, so they're kind of bringing back the. They actually have a couple of times introduced similar technology.
We'll get it. This time we mean it. This time we mean it.
Yeah.
Is it the Euro VDI again?
What was that?
Is it the Euro VDI again?
Of course it's the Euro VDI. I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't the Euro VDI. Like, I would start getting confused. It's like, you have a Chinese New Year, you have the Euro VDI. They have to happen every year, or it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, getting off of kind of the general sessions, there's obviously, we're walking in, first day of the show, there's a lot of different things going on, whether it's the solutions change, different sessions. Is there anything specific that you were looking forward to seeing while you were coming out? Was there a certain session or a certain group of people or a certain thing that you knew you wanted to see when you got here?
Well, I'm hoping there's a vSAN 2 lab somewhere here.
Okay.
At least I'm going to look for that.
I haven't heard about a vSAN 2 lab that you're getting.
No.
But a good thing, at least that beta's starting to roll. So
Yeah.
But for me, it was actually, no, I'm giving a session very soon in about another hour for on automation and Puppet, but it's also to meet the people, as usual. It's always about the networking, it's always about the community. So
right.
That's what we're here for most.
I mean, the sessions are a bonus.
Yeah.
I tell you, if I'm giving them, if I'm speaking to them, I tend to go.
Yeah.
They might not love it, but I tend not to go to too many other sessions at this point. I always enjoy actually some of the small booths at the Solutions Exchange.
Right on the edges.
Yeah, you know who the 30 by 30, the big booths are. You know, you got Dell, you got HP, you got Cisco, you got all the big players.
Yeah.
You even get like to that next tier of like the next size that you know most of them.
Right.
But then like some of the innovator pavilions or the little teeny ones, a lot of times there's specifically here versus while the floor is bigger in San Francisco or in the US one, I think you get more new companies that we haven't heard of here. And I don't know if it's a price point, I don't know if it's also, more in EMEA.
Yeah, it could very well be because there are smaller companies. It's less, probably, I think it also costs less to put up a booth over here than it does in the US.
Probably. I mean, but I think there's definitely an advantage to some of those little companies at this point seeing them. So as people are out here and they're saying, okay, obviously it's the networking, what would be your tip to everyone that's watching? The next time they come, if they're not here, say they come next year. What's the first thing they should do?
Firstly is look up from your phone and speak to people. Yeah. Sit down with somebody at lunch that you never met before.
Don't walk around like this.
Don't walk around like this because you're going to hit somebody in the head.
You will walk into someone.
Exactly, but still, look up from your phone, sit down next to somebody, speak to somebody, say hi, and no matter who the person is, even if you think that they're God on Twitter, they will always say hello and say, pleased to meet you, it's good to see you, and just say hi.
Because those guys get bored otherwise. I mean, they want to talk to people. If they're just sitting around, why?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, how about you? What's the first thing you would tell people to do if they were going to come to VMworld?
Look
Put
around.
you on the spot. Look around.
Yeah.
Just get out of your phone.
Yeah.
I think it's so common nowadays. See, that's all of our reactions. You just got to step away.
We become so technological that we're forgetting that there are actually people next to us.
Right.
And that's the way we interact. We should be interacting.
I think so. What about outside of the show? Are there any post events? Did you guys make it to vRockstar on Sunday? I mean, there's a lot of different events and parties to.
I was at the vRockstar overflow party at the outside.
Ah, yes.
Because they have 400 tickets but only 300 badges.
Well, which is not uncommon though, because you don't expect everyone to show up. Unfortunately, when everyone shows up, then it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there because I arrived in late on Sunday evening, but I understood it was a very good event. It was very nice for the community. because all the big community events usually, for example, the VM Underground, which is a very big event in San Francisco, isn't here. So it was a good thing for the community.
It's essentially that event for here.
Exactly, but it's a different name, but still it's a very good community event for the community, by the community. So it was a good thing.
So there were a few parties last night too.
Yeah.
So, and actually most people I've seen this morning, so the parties last night weren't too bad.
And they weren't too late either.
And well, too late though in Barcelona is an odd thing. Like for people who haven't been here, like I had dinner at midnight last night. We sat there.
I don't think time matters here. It's people all around. I think 24 hours.
It seems to be that everyone just wanders and does whatever they feel like doing at whatever time.
Yeah, it's a very tourist city, so very tourist oriented as well. So I think there's a lot of things which are still there to do late at night. So it's also.
So what do you think of the location? Do you like Barcelona as a location for it, or?
Yeah,
you do.
It's. I kind of liked Copenhagen better, but that is because it's closer to where I live, so it was easier to get there. But Barcelona is...
that wouldn't really matter for me coming from the States. It's still a long flight no matter how I book it.
Well, I'm very happy because I don't have to fly 17 hours to the West Coast coming from Israel. But it's the first time I've been in Barcelona actually. I wasn't here last year. And it seems a wonderful location. Big enough, not crowded, pretty well organized. So, yeah, I think...
Wear your comfortable shoes, though, because you will walk a lot.
Yeah.
On the show floor. That is... From here, just from here to the Solutions Exchange. Not to mention the session.
Yeah.
I mean, they have people movers.
It's
just
true.
to get you
And
there.
they're
It's like
very
you're in an
comfortable.
airport.
They're very, very comfortable.
They're bouncy.
Very nice.
You feel like you should be bouncing along the things,
that
right?
was very good. That's one thing I really liked about the people mover.
Well, I think we've only got probably a few more minutes here before Alistair looks at me and tells me I need to stop. Yes? Okay, just a couple more minutes. Okay. So I think that the other thing is we don't know, obviously, on announcements tomorrow. They tend to do at least a couple more announcements at it. It seemed a little light to me this morning on it, just because there was so many replays. How about that? Was there anything from the stuff from San Francisco that really, like, you left and you were like, okay, that I really wanted to dig into, that you wanted to get a little more info in before you got here?
Well, for me at least, the only thing which I'm really, really interested is to hear about what the offering they're having for integrated OpenStack, which officially is open for a beta, but not exactly open for everybody. So it's something I would like to get my hands on to see exactly how it's going to be working, what they're offering.
I think that, they were at the OpenStack Summit in Atlanta last year.
Correct.
And a lot of people were a little surprised. I think they were there.
Yeah, but that's one thing I was actually trying to get more information on, but it's not that...
It's not very available right now, no.
No.
I'm curious whether it is simply a distribution that just, okay, yes, we're going to use vSphere, or whether they've really done any true integration work into it. I mean, am I managing vSphere through the Horizon dashboard? Like, they're not going to, with NSX, they're not doing much with Open Daylight.
Correct.
So I'm really curious as well to see where the tie-in is.
I don't know, we're going to have to wait and see once it becomes publicly available.
Are you seeing much OpenStack?
Not really. I have only seen it in my lab so far.
Really? I think are you really, obviously with Cisco you're seeing a little bit, you're not seeing as much with the customers right now, but you're hearing about it more than you're seeing it?
I think it is more of a focus for everybody. And I don't think there's any service provider that we speak to that doesn't want to do OpenStack today.
Or at least talks about it.
They're actually modeled a lot on actually doing it.
Yeah.
So
I think we're going to, well guys, once again, thank you guys for joining. I think it's always great to have a couple extra guys on and say hi. We will be back tomorrow with a few more guys. We got a couple more sessions coming up. I'm sure the schedule will be up somewhere.
Right on the
It is up
side or on the board.
Oh, it's up over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so take a look on the side. Make sure you sit in for some sessions and enjoy. Have a great show, guys.
Have a great VMworld.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.